John Oakes here today from Hanko Motors. We're going to go over our newest addition to our inventory. We have a 1969 Chevrolet Chevelle here. This is a big block car. It is an automatic though. It does have the 12-bolt rear end in it, so drive line's real good on this car. We're going to start back here at the rear of the car. Take a look at everything under here. Frame rails on the back end look real good. No dents, dings, anything like that. As you see, everything's all painted in the flat black. Just, you know, no undercoating to really speak of to hide anything. We just do it in the flat black. That way you get to see everything that's there. But like I said, frame rails, the frame horns on the back are all good. You've got, as I mentioned, the 12-bolt GM rear end. This is a posi unit. And out at either end of the rear end here, we've got the drum brakes back here. You'll notice that this car has the rear sway bar on it back here. You've got all your stock suspension back here, your metric 4-link back here, so all of your bushings on that all looks good also. Looks to be newer shocks. The springs look to be in real good shape too on this car. And then we've got the exhaust going up here, up into the floorboard. So what we'll do right now is we'll go ahead and move forward, get underneath the center of the car. That way we can take a little better look at the floors, better look at the exhaust and the transmission there, and go over that stuff with you. Okay, here we are underneath the center of the 69 Chevelle here. We're going to go ahead back here, start back here again, work our way forward. A little better look maybe here at the rear sway bar. Again, I've already mentioned it's got the stock metric 4-link back here for the suspension. All the bushings, everything look to be in really good condition on that stuff. Get to see a little better look of the exhaust here. Again, it's got full dual exhaust all the way back to the mufflers. Now tailpipes, it does not have. The exhaust empties out just in front of the rear axle here. And those are Flowmaster mufflers. And again, you can see the exhaust work all really nicely done on the car. Tucked up in about as tight as what you can be. So clearance is a lesser issue than what you may have with some other cars. Floorboards on the car look to be really good condition. Again, we do everything in the flat black so you can see everything. Looks to be no patching or anything like that, no holes on the floors. They look to be in really good shape. Frame sections back here through the center are all good. You don't see any dings on those, no bent sections, anything like that. It's all straight. Fuel lines, brake lines, you can see all of that stuff run here. This is the fuel line. The brake lines run up the other side. You do have the emergency brake cables here, all hooked up, all the correct hardware and everything like that. And then as we move a little further forward, the transmission cross member here to hold the tail shaft up, that's in really good condition, runs side to side in the car. It's got the rubber bushing up here to cushion everything. That's all in good shape too, all looks to be fairly new. We've got a turbo 400 automatic transmission. Again, as far as automatics go, that's probably your best choice for this car because again, you do have the big block motor in there, so you need that little beefier transmission, and you get that with the turbo 400. Again, exhaust, we've got the long tube headers here mounted up to that big block and into that dual exhaust all the way back. So with that, we're going to go ahead, move up underneath the front of the car now. And finally, now we've arrived underneath the front end of our car. We'll start here on the passenger side, just work our way across to the driver's side. We've got disc brakes here up front. Those are power disc brakes. You can see all the steering components and suspension components here. Tie rods, all the boots look to be in really good shape. As far as your suspension arms, you've got the stock stamped steel lower control arms and upper A arms. You can take a look at the ball joints. Those look to be in really good shape. Got front sway bar here with the urethane bushing, so everything should be good there. If you look at your rubber bushings and so forth on the sway bar end links even, that stuff all looks to be really good. Again, disc brakes, power steering as well. So you got the complete package on this car with the big block, the Turbo 400, the 12-volt posi rear end, power steering, power brakes, all the good stuff there. Everything else on the car is pretty much, we'll get to see all of that stuff whenever we drop it down. Now the car does ride on all 4 BF Goodrich tires. All look to be in really good shape, just about new. And they are on American Racing torque thrust style wheels with a magnesium center, so it gives this car a really good look. And once we get it down and you get to see the outside, it's a really nice blue color, and those wheels really set it off real well there. So that's pretty much it underneath here. Your cross members, everything like that's all in good shape. Doesn't look like they've hit anything over time with it. They're nice and smooth, no dents or anything there. So that's pretty much it underneath the front end. We'll go ahead and get her down, take a look at the top side for you, inside, outside, and underneath the hood for you. All right, here we are now. We've got the 1969 Chevelle down off of our lift. We're going to go ahead and do our walk around of the outside of the car for you. We'll open up the door, check the inside out too, trunk, and of course we'll end up here at the business end of the car here and open the hood for you and take a look at that. But again, we have our 69 Chevelle. This is, we're going to go ahead and call this the SS style. It's got everything that an SS would have. You know, again, we've gone over the sway bars underneath the car, you know, just everything that it would have. Again, we're just going to call it SS style. This is a very nice, like a metallic blue exterior on the car. Again, just a slight hint of metallic in it, just gives it a nice touch. It's really nice when you're here looking at it in person. I'm sure it looks really good in the camera too as well. We have steel SS hood. So again, everything SS on this car. We've got the wheel lip moldings front and rear, and they are in excellent condition on this car. You see it's got the American Racing torque thrust style wheels. It's got that gray painted center, and the whole wheel looks to be like clear coated, so it's got a real nice finish to it. The BF Goodrich radial TA tires. I believe the size on the front's 225/70/15s. You can see it's got the SS 396 front fender emblems on it. As we slide a little further back, we can check out the door gaps and elevations. Door gaps you can see very nice here in this car. You've got the painted mirrors as well, both driver and passenger side, along with drip rail moldings. And again, those are in excellent shape. As you can see, the finish on them is really nice. You don't see any dents or little dings in them or anything like that. They look to be pretty new as a matter of fact. So again, just everything, all the trim and bright work on this car is very nice. We'll go ahead and open our door up. And on the inside here, we've got an all black vinyl interior. You've got the factory padded dash. That's also in black. You've got the black vinyl seats with the headrests. Black door panels. You've got the SS 396 interior badging throughout the car as well. You do have factory instrumentation in this car, a 120-mile-an-hour speedo. You've got the in-dash clock, tachometer, which is factory, along with all the gauges around the tach, which would be your battery gauge, water temperature, oil pressure, and the fuel gauge. Now I'm going to assume that a couple of those probably aren't functioning, because we do have aftermarket gauges down underneath the dash, and those aftermarket gauges are your water temperature, oil pressure, and your voltmeter. We've got factory heater controls in there as well, a sports style wheel. You've got the automatic center console in here with the horseshoe shifter as well. Kenwood AM FM CD player in there as well for a sound system. Got some pile speakers in there also for a little better sound. Blue carpeting to kind of go along with the exterior of the car, but again, everything else on the interior is all black. Black headliner, everything. So we'll go ahead and close that door. Door closes real nice and easy. Walk our way backwards now here to the rear of the car. Again, mounted on those 15-inch American Racing torque thrust wheels. On the back side, we have 275/60/15 tires. Again, matching BF Goodrich front and rear on this car. And then that brings us to the rear of the car. Now that we're around the back side of the car here, we'll take a look at the rear. We can start with the taillights. The lenses on the taillights look to be new. There's no cracks or anything in those. The bezels around the taillights, those are in excellent condition too. You don't see any pitting or anything in that chrome work. The bumper back here, I mean, take a look at that. You can just see it's like a mirror image when you look in that. It's just so nicely chromed. Trunk fitment, as far as the panels go, you can see elevations are really good on this car. Gaps also very uniform from top to bottom on the trunk. We'll go ahead and pop the trunk down. And once we open that up, you'll see the underside of the trunk lid painted the same as the outside of the car. The lip of the trunk, everything, all the same color. Your trunk seals the whole way around in excellent condition. There's no cracks, no tears, no chunks out of it. So sealing up from the weather, from the outside elements, shouldn't be an issue with this car. As we look inside the trunk floor pan is in excellent shape. No signs of any patching, any shoddy work like that. It's all good stamped steel trunk pan. And it's in excellent condition the whole way up around, even up in by the wheel wells and up in by the back seat. All excellent condition there. And it's done in the correct gray and white trunk spatter paint there. So we'll go ahead and close this up now. Again, trunk close is easy. Again, the paint finish back here is just as nice as the rest of the car. You can also take a look at the trim work, the bright work per se, around the rear window. It's in excellent shape too. You don't see any signs of any scratching, dents, dings, anything like that. It's just real nice condition on the car. Passenger side of the car, well, just like I said, we'll take a quick walkthrough on this. Again, you've got the wheel lip moldings, those American Racing torque thrust wheels with the gray painted centers, the BF Goodrich rubber, both front and rear, 275/60/15s on the back, 225/70/15s on the front. Again, door gaps, elevations are very nice on this car. You can see they're very uniform front to back. All your trim work, bright work, the drip rail moldings, again, all in excellent shape. Again, I already mentioned both driver and passenger side mirrors on the car. We'll go ahead and open this door up, and you can take a look in here. One thing I did fail to mention on the other side, all of your door weather stripping, that's in excellent shape too. Looks to be all new. Even the door jamb U-seals back here for your rear quarter windows are in excellent shape. Door panels, good condition as well. Again, I've already gone through all the interior stuff though. Black door panels, black vinyl seats, front and rear, the black padded dash, black headliner, black center console. Like I said, it just does have the blue carpeting in there to go along with the outside of the car to kind of help set that interior off a little bit. We'll go ahead and close that door up. Again, shuts really nice and easy. Again, we'll walk up here to the front. Got the SS396 front fender emblems. Again, the wheel lip molding, both front and rear. The wheels again, as I mentioned. The steel SS hood. And that brings us to the front of the car. And finally, we made it to the front end of our Chevelle here. As you can see, just pretty much a traditional Chevelle up front here. You've got the black grille, the SS396 emblem right in the center of the front grille. Again, that chrome bumper, just like the rear one, you can just look at it, see your reflection just plain as day in it. The chrome is beautiful on this car. Again, that steel SS hood, now that we're up front, you can take a look at the gaps, okay? The elevation is just about perfect on this car, which is, you know, very few and far between. A lot of times you have just a little bit of variance there, but this car is just about as good as you can get. So we're going to go ahead and lift the hood now, and we'll take a look at what powers this car. So, underneath the hood, we do have, it is a big block Chevy. It is a 396 cubic inch big block Chevy as well. The only thing is, it is a non-numbers match big block Chevy. It's a 1969 396, 3¼ horse, big block motor, and it actually, whenever you run the suffix code, it's a JK code, which it would have originally came in a Chevelle, 69 Chevelle. So again, everything about this is correct, all but the numbers matching part. And that is coupled to our Turbo 400 automatic transmission in the back. Now, just a few things that we can mention underneath the hood here. We've got an aluminum radiator. Of course, guys put those in to help cool those big blocks. Typically, they'll run a little hotter, so the aluminum radiator helps get rid of some of that heat. You've got the chrome air cleaner with the 396 turbojet decals on it. We've got chrome valve covers, and those are chrome Yanko valve covers. They've got the Yanko embossed insignia in those valve covers. Got a Holley dual feed 4-barrel carburetor. It does have the electric choke, and that's an Edelbrock Performer ZO aluminum intake on there as well. Now this is a steel headed motor, so it's your factory GM heads. It's got long tube headers, power steering, powered front disc brakes. We've already been through that stuff when we did the underside video. We've also got an MSD Pro Billet distributor behind that air cleaner. We've got an MSD Blaster SS coil, and to put everything together, the MSD 6A ignition box as well. Looks like it's got a good set of Excel plug wires on it as well to get the firepower to it. And that's pretty much it. Fan blade is just your traditional 7-blade clutch fan. Does have the shroud on the radiator also, so that'll help cooling also. And that's really about it for underneath the hood. At this time now, we'll go ahead and cut away, and we'll do our engine running video for you. If you have any questions, any inquiries whatsoever on this car or any other car that we have, feel free to give us a phone call or to hit us up on an email. Definitely take a look at us on our website here. We'll have lots of pictures and the video for you as well in there.